Myself, M. Karthik Kumar Reddy, working as an assistant professor in Nalla Narasimha Reddy Education Society's group of institutions in the Department of Civil Engineering. Here in the Foundation Engineering subject, I am going to explain about plate load test. Plate load test is a field test conducted based on the standard reference Indian Standard Code 1888-1982. Coming to the introduction part, plate load test is a field test for determining the ultimate bearing capacity of soil and the likely settlement under a given load. Here we are going to use circular or square bearing plates of mild steel for bearing the load, which should not be less than 25 mm in thickness and varying in size from 300 to 750 mm. The subgrade modulus is defined as the load intensity applied on the standard plate per unit deflection. The test load is gradually increased till the plate starts to sink at a rapid rate. Here we are taking a value of d as 1.25 mm. The ultimate bearing capacity of soil is divided by suitable factor of safety to arrive at the value of safe bearing capacity of soil. Here the factor of safety will be varying from 2 to 3. Coming to the apparatus, here we are going to use square sized test plates for bearing the cement bags load in a stable condition. And a hydraulic jack is a device that is used to lift heavy loads by applying a force. And a pressure gauge is used for measuring the condition of a fluid. Proving ring or load cell. Proving ring is a device used to measure force. It consists of an elastic ring of known diameter with a measuring device located in the center of the ring. And a dial gauge is used to measure the depth of an indent to 0.01 mm accuracy. Here the pin is pressed in the specimen in a ventilated chamber where the temperature is maintained within 2 degrees centigrade of the specified test temperature. Here we are going to use 4 number of dial gauges for recording the readings and 4 dial gauge stands and magnetic bases that uses one or more permanent magnets in a configuration that allows the external field to be turned on or off, and a gravity loading platform for calculating the weight of cement bags, and or truss with anchor rods for the construction of roof trusses, and a plumb bob is used to find a vertical reference line, and a spirit level is used for determining horizontal and vertical levels. Tripod is used for supporting the weight and maintaining the stability, and a pulley block which helps you reverse the direction of your lifting force. Coming to the gravity loading test setup, here we are going to use square size test plate. Above the square size test plate, we have loaded a platform with the help of cement bags, and hydraulic jack is used for lifting purposes, and dial gauges are fixed on both the sides. Here the one person will be available to record the dial gauge readings. This is the gravity loading test setup which is conducted in the field. Above the square plate, we are going to place cement bags as a loading, and below the square plate we have fixed the dial gauges for recording the readings. This is the loading truss method which is conducted for the construction of roof truss. Here we are using anchors. Anchor is called as a heavy object attached to a cable or a chain and is used to moor a ship to the sea bottom. And a girder is used to support beam used in construction. Girders often have an I-beam cross section. Here we can see the cross girder cross section as I-beam. And trusses are used especially in bridges, roof trusses. Here as we are going to construct roof trusses, we have used trusses. Semicircular trough we have used, and test plate at the bottom. Coming to the procedure of plate load test. To conduct the plate load test, a pit of size 5 BP into 5 BP should be digged, where BP is equal to width of plate is excavated up to a depth of DF, where DF is equal to depth of proposed foundation. Generally, we are going to take 0.3 meter square plate, and sometimes whenever the load is more, at that time we are going for 0.6 meter square plate. So BP will be coming as 0.3 or 0.3, and a central hole of depth dp is made at the bottom of the test bit, where dp is equal to bp by 5 bp into df, where bp is equal to width of plate and df is equal to depth of proposed foundation. Here the plate is placed in the central hole and the load is applied on it by a hydraulic jack system, and a seating load of 7 kN per meter square is first applied and released after some time. Here and the load is increased in an increment of 20% of rate of estimated load. Coming to the plan and elevation of the test bit, here we are going to take 5 mm thick sand layer where BP is equal to width of plate, DF is equal to depth of foundation. Is the first one is the level of foundation, second one BP is equal to 5 BP, BP is the width of the plate and DF is the depth of foundation. Here that are the steps for going inside and checking the readings. And we are going to draw the load settlement curve after taking the readings to determine the ultimate bearing capacity of the particular soil. Here the load is drawn on the x-axis and the settlement on the y-axis. Here the load versus settlement curves are drawn for loose to medium cohesionless soil, cohesive soil, partially cohesive soil and dense cohesionless soil. Here coming to the uses, to find out the ultimate bearing capacity of the proposed foundation, we are going to conduct plate load test and to determine the settlement of a footing under a given load intensity, means under a maximum load intensity. We can design a shallow footing for any allowable settlement. Already we have discussed about what is meant by shallow foundation and deep foundation. Coming to the limitations of the plate load test, the plate load test being of short duration does not give the ultimate settlements. This plate load test will not give the ultimate settlement, particularly in case of cohesive soil, that is smooth soils. The width of the plate should not be less than 30 cm, as already we have discussed. It is experimentally shown that the load settlement behavior of soil is qualitatively different for smaller width. The foundational settlements is loose sands are usually much larger than what is predicted by plate load test. Here we can observe from this point whatever the settlement is taking place. The settlement influence zone is much larger for the real foundation sizes than for the test plate. Coming to the advantages of plate load test, here we have many advantages in the plate load test. It is a time saving and cost saving process. As we can complete the test within the limited time, it is a time saving and cost saving. We are not going to purchase any heavy material for the construction of the plate load test, as we are using natural cement bags and normal dial gauges for conducting the test. No vehicle is required, as we are not transporting the material from one area to other area. As the cement bags, we are using whatever the cement bags are present in the site, and only we are using test plate and dial gauges. We can carry the dial gauges easily. That's why no vehicle is required. On-site evaluation of test results. On the site itself, we can evaluate the test results and we can give the report, either it is a soft soil or hard soil, depending upon the bearing capacity of the soil. And it can be easy to handle. The dial gauges we can handle easily. This is a reliable and precise and understanding of foundation behavior. How the foundation is behaving, we can understand by conducting plate load test. Thank you.